All right, guys. So I'm back. Where we left off here, the revised, I don't know why it says revised, inquiry research project outline. I guess it was revised at some point. Okay. All right. So this goes through the topic introduction. All right. Literally gives you a nice breakdown of where and what to put in each one of these sections. So you have this introduction portion, right? Now you're going to talk about your introduction and why you're doing it, right? So we got provide a brief attention getter, allows you to segue into introducing the topic of the research paper. This might be a good opportunity for you to think about, is there a shocking or startling statistic, right, that you can start off with, right? 7 out of 10, blah, 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 this happens, or large percentage of da, 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 or a quote, right? Some you found like the quintessential quote maybe in your, that really helps you ground and even foreground what it is that you're getting ready to talk about. Introduce the topic and explain how it's relevant. Why is it important? Why should your audience care about it, right? This is the introduction, right? Provide the info the reader may need to know about the topic, right? There's some background information, right? Any particular certain terms that you might be using a lot that's coming down the pike that you want to talk about. This would be a good idea to kind of lay some of that groundwork a little bit, if you will. And why did you take on this research? Okay, so now we're kind of remember again why we're going back to the research proposal. Why is this important to you, right? We kind of talked about a little bit. Why is it important for us to learn about and know about? Why did you take it on? What was your personal interest in it? Those kind of things. All right, so then our next section is going to be the research process, right? Think about our interdisciplinary bibliography, right? The research log, right? You talked about the databases. Well, here, how'd you find your sources? What databases did you use, right? we got a lot of this work done already, right? Was researching the topic difficult? What problems did you encounter? Were there issues with the shipment database? Were there issues in narrowing down perhaps your research terms or phrases, and you had maybe you used one research term or phrase a couple different times and that didn't work, and so you changed it up a little bit, or you inverted it, or you did something. What'd you do? And then we talk about, you've already got the disciplines, right? Give me a couple of disciplines already in your annotated bibliography. In your interdisciplinary bibliography. So you've got, what disciplines are represented? Which ones are? Why is it interesting that maybe there's a different discipline that's writing about your topic? Why is that cool? And is there anything that you would have done differently in the research process? Now you got the quote unquote the body, right? We're going to start talking about. Now you're going to explain what researchers have found on the topic, report their findings, why those findings are significant, talk about those. This is where you'll bring in, obviously, the majority probably of your sources will come in here when you've got these credible sources. All right, so you do that for 4 or 5 pages, right? I encourage you to use subheadings there. I'll come out with another video that's just talking about subheadings and how to use subheadings and how they help us in our writing. Then you'll have a section here about future research, and give us a paragraph or two about what research questions do you think researchers could continue to work on. What are some gaps in the research that you've, hey, no one's looking at it this way, right? We talked about our pizza example all the time, right, in class, right? Hey, everyone's talking about all these things, but no one's talking about this. No one's talking about the cheese. No one's talking about the crust. No one's talking about the dough. No one's talking about what, right? Conclusion. So review and reflect. All right, so restate your question, your attempt to answer. What did you find that was interesting, that you might have been surprised about? What was new? And then finally, your final thoughts on the topics. This is another section. Explain what all of this information means to you. All right, what did you learn, right? What was cool about it? What was so interesting about it? How do you feel like your knowledge maybe grew? Those kind of things. And I know I'm going to quote or bring in any research or thing like that necessarily in this one. I just want to hear your thoughts on that. So I think this is probably using this document here as you write your research paper is probably going to be most helpful. All right, so use it to your advantage. Just follow it along, okay, and you'll be super grandioso fine. All right, guys, you guys stay awesome. You stay safe. You stay healthy. Those of you who aren't making it to class, I hope that you're okay. All right, if you have time, just drop me a note. Let me know that you're okay. All right. All right, you guys take care. I'll be back soon. Try to get some more videos posted for you as soon as possible. All right, bye now.